Hello everybody, this is ManuS and welcome to another Eternal News episode. So today we received a nice new announcement about some upcoming structural changes to Eternal and its seasons and its storytelling. So let's take a look. Alright, so it's called a new chapter. Ironically, it's dated 22nd of March, even though it was tweeted today, 6 days after it was meant to be released. I don't think it was public anywhere before because I haven't seen it anywhere and haven't heard anyone talk about it. So I guess they just put it up and then pushed it until now, I guess. So first of all, we will have a change to seasons. So seasons will in the future be called chapters. They are ongoing chapters. The change, however, is just a flavor one. The chapters will have titles like the April chapter, chapter 17, instead of season 17, will be Enemies at the Gate. So they will have a bit of a theme and a name to it, and in each chapter there will be stuff going on in the game to tell more of the story and progress the story, like special promos, special events related to this, so tying it all a bit more together and using the things going on in the game to tell the story of the game, of the world of the game, of the world of Muria, and advance the story more actively, which is a nice thing. Sounds interesting, sounds kind of cool. Looking forward to how this develops. They also talked about that aside from leaderboards and events, there will be leagues. So we will get a new game format called leagues. My initial guess was that this might be like a Magic Online style best of 3 league where you just enter, play X games or X matches, and then are awarded with points and or prizes accordingly. Like you pay a certain amount of gold for entry, play, and if you go like 3-2, 4-1 or 5-0, you get rewards accordingly or something like that. That's how it works on Magic Online for anyone that doesn't know it. That would have been kind of cool and kind of interesting, but it has already been replied to by Scarlet to speculations by this about this in the official Reddit post about it, and he said the April league will not be best of 3, but the way he phrased his reply implied that first of all, leagues in each chapter will have potentially different formats and structures, and that one of those formats and structures is potentially a best of 3 format, because he specifically said that the April season will not be best of 3, but the way he phrased it basically implies that other leagues in other chapters might be best of 3. So it seems like a nice hint at future best of 3 play in leagues, which is pretty cool. Looking forward to that. Hopefully that was meant as the implicit tease that it looks like. And yeah, the other information we can filter from the way he stated it is that there will be varying structures and formats for leagues. So not sure what the leagues exactly will look like. Sounds a bit like a more ongoing thing, like similar to events, just more ongoing. Not sure. Or maybe that initially the league will just be best of 1 in like constructed or limited, and later we will see best of 3 or something. Not sure yet though, simply because yeah, the leagues then would be too similar to ranked events. So we'll have to wait and see what they have in mind with the leagues and how they make them stand out from the other play options that we have so far. Anyway, some interesting changes coming. And another thing are the heroes. So basically, I would assume all the units in the game that have their own names, like name, comma, title, like Dizo, Cabal Chairman, Icaria the Liberator, and so on and so forth, will become heroes. Like heroes will become like a additional unit type or card type or whatever. And I assume it will be applied to all the units that have an actual name rather than just being a certain thing. Like a whirling duo is just a random duo of two gunslingers, while Dizo Cabal Chairman is a specific um, person of the Cabal, in this case the chairman of the Cabal, and so on. So I would assume that these are the cards that will be made heroes. They will push heroes further with promos releasing apparently mostly or even exclusively heroes as promos, as another way to inject flavor and advance story in the game. And in the future they also work towards mechanical as effects on this hero type. For now it will just be cosmetic, but yeah, I would assume that this hero type works similar to legendary cards in Magic and Hearthstone. Like in Magic, almost all cards that have their own name followed by like a comma and a descriptor or a title are legendary, and I think it's nice that they do that in this game as well, because so far it seemed kind of weird that there are cards that are considered exactly the same as the cards without a specific name, that just have this name but they are not kind of unique or legendary or anything. They just had their name and were kind of characters but weren't set apart from the rest, so it's cool that they turned them into heroes, and I assume that these heroes might have some special aspects like legendaries in Magic, for example, and they will probably implement some cool mechanics centered around heroes to highlight them a bit more and make them a bit more special, and we will see what exactly that's going to be. They're going to do to make these heroes feel more heroic and more special and stand out more from regular units. But I think it's a cool change, and it's also a change that makes a lot of sense, because so far it was a bit weird that there were these two types of units sort of, but they were not differentiated by type because they were all just regular units. So I like that change. And they also basically meant to be sort of standout units, standout characters in the game to also tell a bit of the story and advance the whole game, and also have these characters that people can identify with more strongly. So it has a lot of good flavor implications and appeal there for sure, but also will possibly lead to some interesting gameplay changes. So we will see what's going on. They said on Monday we will hear more about what's going on in chapter 17 when the month is over. Like with the new chapter beginning, we will learn about leaks and events and stuff for Enemy at the Gates chapter 17. So yeah, curious what that's gonna be. Hope you guys are as pumped as I am. Sounds pretty cool, and yeah, it's cool that they streamlining things more, tying things more together, and uh, yeah, having all become a bit denser and make more sense. Although I hope we also see some more client and gameplay related changes and progressions in the future as well. These cosmetic and flavor and story related changes are nice and cool, and also important to have appeal to a certain part of the player base and new players. I think it would be also really nice to get stuff like a general best of 3 support, maybe in client side tournament support, stuff like that. So yeah, we'll have to see what other changes they have in store for us in the coming weeks. Anyway, just wanted to share this with you and share my thoughts and opinions on it with you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And let's see what's going on with the siege of Argenport next week and next month in Chapter 17, Enemies at the Gates. This was Eternal News with the new chapters and heroes change. I'm ManuS. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I'm out. Bye.